Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to PPL Division 2 Season 4 Week 3. This week we are playing Ashton Akai. I tried to combine Eric and Ashton Akai and it did not work. Akai, nope. Ashton Akai, Eric, great friend of mine. Please make sure to go down in the description, check his links out, and go and subscribe to his channel because he's great. For those of you that don't know, my name is RichaadEB. I am the manager of the Nidoqueens Park Rangers, and we're last. Yay! 2 weeks into the season, we are sitting still bottom of the table, where we belong, and we're hoping to get our first win of the season against Eric. Now, he originally had a team that I was quite happy to go against. I had a fairly decent team matchup. I had a great team to go against him, and then he made some transfers. And I wasn't happy about them, because he traded in his Mega Beedrill, his Rotom Wash, and his Vullaby, and he got in Mega Gyarados and Thundurus Incarnate. Which was a bit spooky, if I'm honest, because the combination of Mega Gyarados, Infinite, Zygarde 10%, Thundurus Incarnate, potentially offensive Mew, my team literally, and I mean this in the most literal way, cannot stop that offense. That's my phone. Phone, do me a favor and shut up, please. It's Discord. That is not what I want to hear right now. Right. Anyway, his team is very scary. And alongside the 6 you can see on the screen of the Mega Gyarados, Infinite, Ferrothorn, Zygarde 10%, Thundurus Incarnate, Mew, which is the 6 I was most scared of. He also could have potentially brought Kamala or Granbull. And I expected Kamala, honestly, a little bit, kinda. Not really, because my team kind of destroyed it. I can see why he didn't bring it, but I still kind of expected it. More so than the Ferrothorn, simply because I have a lot of things with fire coverage on my team. I have a lot of things that can do a lot of damage to a Ferrothorn. For example, Milo the Marowak. Garchomp obviously gets Flamethrower Fire Blast. Azelf with the, again, Flamethrower Fire Blast. Togekiss, same deal. Rotom, it's obvious I'm going to be packing HP Fire. Spoilers, I'm not packing HP Fire, but it's a very obvious thing I could bring on the Rotom. And the Barbarical gets things like Cross Chop to hit the Ferrothorn. So I didn't necessarily expect it, but he's brought it. But he also brought everything else that I was scared of. Now, if you haven't checked out my team builder, you should do that, because it's hilarious what I'm bringing. Because, like I said, I cannot stop his team defensively, so I've brought all of the Hyper Offense. And when I say Hyper Offense, I mean 3 Choice Scarfers. That's right, 3 Choice Scarfers. Rotom, Togekiss, and Azelf are all scarfed. And then I've got my Mega Garchomp, my Thick Club, Alolan, Marowak, and my Focus Sash Barbarical, which is my lead. So, ladies and gents, let's get into this game and let's see how things go. Before we get into it, though, quick shout-outs to the guy that gemmed my team, Blue Rogue. Link will be to his Twitter in the description as well. Thank you to Kino for making the thumbnails for this entire season, and thank you to me for recording this game for myself, I guess. Anyway, let's get into the game, guys, and let's see how it went. So, like I said, my lead was going to be my Barbarical because I'm sashed. I'm Pickpocket, by the way. That's cool. And I can get up rocks. That was the plan, is to try and get up rocks to pressure his team so that my Hyper Offense has more of an impact. So, I'm going to lead with my Facepalm. There he is. And now he is going to lead with the biggest possible threat on his team, Poseidon, his Mega Gyarados. Now, I'm going to go for a Taunt turn 1 because I cannot let him set up a Dragon Dance. But I know if he goes first, he's going to be Jolly, because I'm Max Speed Jolly, and I get outsped by a Max Speed. He has to be Jolly to outspeed my Barbarical. If he's adamant, he can't outspeed me. So he goes first, he goes for the Waterfall, so I know he's Jolly. It takes less than half. Barbarical, what a champion you are. And I'm going to get off a Taunt against the Mega Gyarados. Now, I know he can't set up another one. I was hoping I could live it. This next move, he goes for the Crunch, and I die. So we got a little bit of a higher roll on the second one. Turns out his first one was kind of a mid to low roll on the first one he got, and then he got a mid to high roll on the second one, taking out my Barbarical there. So no rocks for me this game, which is a bit unfortunate. But now he's going to go on out into his Mew, scared of the Rotom. I'm going to go for the Leaf Storm, and we can see from this damage against the Mew is specially defensive. It is not offensive, which makes me very happy. We can see his leftovers. No Z Crystal on the Mew. Yay! That was something I was really, really scared of. Now I'm going to obviously switch out because I'm on -2 Rotom, and I'm going to go on out into my Alolan Marowak. I was half expecting a U-turn here, but I didn't really have another play, so I'm going to go on out into my Alolan Marowak. Going to take basically nothing from a U-turn there, and he's going to go straight back out into his Mega Gyarados. Very spooky stuff. Now, I have a chance to live a Crunch or a Waterfall from this Mega Gyarados. I don't have a switch in, so I'm going to click Low Kick. He's going to go for the Crunch, he's going to come in with it, and we can see we live! What an absolute monster you are! I love you along the Marowak. In comes a Low Kick, Mega Gyarados is dead. You're the absolute best, Marowak. I love you. The biggest threat on his side, Mega Gyarados is gone. Fantastic. In comes Zygarde 10%. Again, I don't have a switch in, so I'm going to sack off my Alolan Marowak here as he does go for the 1,000 arrows. Now, we can see that that thing's spooky, and what I'm going to elect to do here is I'm going to bring in my Togekiss because I can scare him out, which is great. Because this is basically how this game is going to go. I'm going to sack something off, bring something in that threatens a thing on the field, and try to get some momentum from there. Now, he is going to switch out his Zygarde 10%, and he's going to go on out into his Ferrothorn. However, I did see this coming, and I'm going to go for a Baton Pass to try and get some initiative here. So now I'm going to get my initiative, and I'm going to go on out into my Garchomp. I'm going to Mega Up on this turn, and I'm going to pop a Substitute because I'm expecting either him to switch out fearing the Fire move, or I'm expecting him to go for some kind of status move, either like like Rocks or Spikes or something like that. You know, the usual deal. And I'm going to go for the Substitute, as he is in fact going to go for the Stealth Rock. So unfortunately he does get Rocks up, but it does mean I get a Substitute on my Garchomp, which is cool. Now I'm going to fire off a Flamethrower. If he's physically defensive, I have a chance to kill, but we can see he is Ockerberry. So he's going to be able to take this Flamethrower decently well, especially considering I am Jolly, so I'm minus Special Attack Nature with no Special Attack Investment. However, he is now in range from a subsequent Flamethrower, so that's nice, but he's going to fire off a Power Whip on this time. I was like, Power Whip? That's a move that's not 100% accurate, so I'm going to go for another Substitute on the next turn, hoping he'd miss. Because why not, right? If I can get out of this exchange with my Mega Garchomp behind a Substitute, I can annihilate something else in his team. That makes me happy. So now he's going to go for another Power Whip, and he's going to connect again, which I was quite sad about. Now I'm just going to go for a Substitute once again, please praying that he would miss, so I could get out of this exchange behind his sub. Gonna go for it again, gonna go down to 50 HP. And he's going to go for another Power Whip, and he's going to connect again, which I was quite sad about. Now, at this point, I didn't know whether I could set up another Substitute or not. The damage calc told me that 25% of my health was 49 HP, and I was on 50, and I didn't want to lose my Mega Garchomp just yet, so I'm just going to go for the Flamethrower. I'm not going to risk attempting to set up a sub and it failing, and I'm going to knock out the Ferrothorn with another Flamethrower. Mega Garchomp picking up yet another kill in the season. What a lord you are. I love you. In comes the Infernape. Again, I have zero switch-ins to anything on his team, so I'm going to sack off my Mega Garchomp. He's going to go for the Flare Blitz, and we can see after this animation goes off that he is in fact Life Orb. Now, something that's interesting to note here was if this Infernape was max speed, max attack Jolly, which I believe it was, the minimum roll he could have done to me was 51 HP, so he was guaranteed to kill, but if I'd have had like 2 more HP, could have lived it. That's cool. I'm going to bring my Azoth now, try to scare out this Infernape. He's going to go for the Mach Punch to try and get some chip damage off before he dies. However, I expected him to switch out, so I'm going to go for a U-turn here, and I'm not going to do much, unfortunately. Now I'm going to bring in my Togekiss. Unfortunately, it's going to take a bit of Rocks damage, and I'm going to be able to knock out this Infernape with an Air Slash, because he's not going to elect to go for a Mach Punch. He's going to try and figure out if I'm Scarfed or if I'm not, and I do reveal my Scarf here, going for the Air Slash and knocking out the Infernape, which is nice. So Togekiss getting a kill, but now at this point again, he knows I'm locked into Air Slash. He brings in his Thunderous Incarnate. Oh boy, I'm going to go on out into my Rotom, expecting to take an electric move here. He could very well be going for Sludge Wave. Again, I don't have a switch in, I don't have another play, so I'm going to go into my Rotom, and he is in fact going to go for the Thunderbolt, which is nice, because I'm not going to take basically anything from it, because I'm a Rotom, damn it. Now at this point, I expect him to go into his Mew. However, he stays in. I'm going to go for a Leaf Storm, and I'm going to get some nice damage off on this Thundurus, leaving him potentially in range from a Dazzling Gleam. It's a roll right now, but a little bit more chip damage, and this guy is in range of a Dazzling Gleam from Togekiss, which is nice. He's going to go for the HP Ice, and it's not going to kill, because once again, I'm a Rotom, damn it. And he's going to switch out his Thundurus and go on out back into his Mew. And again, this -2 Leaf Storm is going to do absolutely nothing, because it's a -2 Leaf Storm against a specially defensive Mew. Now at this point, of course, I know my Rotom dies to rocks on re-entry, so I don't really have a need for him necessarily. However, because my last 3 remaining Mons are my choiced Mons, I'm going to elect to keep it if I want to switch up moves on something. I can switch out, sack off Rotom to rocks, bring something back in and switch up its moves, which is nice. I expect the Soft Boiled here, so I'm going to switch on out into my Azelf. And now, at this point, I need to get this thing in range from Togekiss. Togekiss is my key to victory in this match. So I'm going to go for the Explosion. Choice Scarf Explosion from Azelf. Physically offensive. Coming in with the Explosion against a specially defensive Mew. This does huge damage, about 75% to this Mew, which leaves him in range from Dazzling Gleam. However, the Leftovers does not leave him in range of Dazzling Gleam. I have to go for the Signal Beam here, and Signal Beam is a roll to kill him, which is a bit unfortunate. So now I'm going to take more rocks damage, I'm going to go for the Signal Beam, and we're going to have to see if this kills the Mew, because I know he's going for Soft Boiled here. I come in with the Signal Beam, and it doesn't kill the Mew, unfortunately. He's going to get a Soft Boiled off, and it's going to get back to a really nice amount of HP. Now, I'm going to go for another Signal Beam here, because I don't really have another play. I can't really do anything else right now at this point. And I'm just going to get some more damage off on the Mew. Again, Togekiss is still my key to victory, because at this point, he's going to go for the U-turn, and he's going to go on out into his Thundurus once again. Now, from the range he's at, again, he's not in range from a Signal Beam, he's not in range from a Dazzling Gleam or an Air Slash, so it's looking a bit sad for me at this point. However, he's going to bring in his Thundurus. Now I'm going to elect to switch out, and I'm going to go on out into my Rotom, sack it off to rocks. Now, I have a choice here. It's a roll to kill with Dazzling Gleam against this Thundurus with my Togekiss. I could go for it, potentially get a kill. If I don't get the kill, he wins 3-0. If I do get the kill, he wins 2-0, because I can't kill the Mew. However, I'm going to elect to take the other way of doing this. So I'm going to go for Air Slash, because this is what we do. I'm going to go for Air Slash. I need to flinch this Thundurus twice if I can take it out. I get 1 flinch. I'm going to go for the Air Slash again. Flinch the Thundurus for a second time to potentially take him out. Let's go. Can we get the second flinch? Boom, we get the second flinch. So now I'm going to be able to knock out this Thundurus because I just got 2 flinches. Now, all I need to do is flinch the Mew once. Flinch the Zygarde once, and I win. As long as I don't miss an Air Slash, if I can get 1 flinch on both the Zygarde and the Mew, I can win this with Togekiss. In comes the Zygarde. All I got to do is flinch him once. Flinch him once, that's all I need to do. He's got extreme speed, and it kills me. Kinda forgot about that one. I'm a good player. Promise, I'm the best. Yep, we lose against Eric. That's a bit unfortunate. 2-0 loss. I'm not too mad about that one. I think I played well considering the matchup here, because Christ on a bike, what stops his offense? Mega Gyarados, Infinite, Zygarde, Thundurus, I cannot stop that. So I think I played decently well. I brought the best team that I could have, if that makes sense, against him. I would have liked to have played things a little bit differently, especially with regards to the Togekiss. If I was, you know, remembering that he actually got extreme speed, then I wouldn't have let it get as worn down as it did. If I hadn't have over predicted with the Azelf going for the U-turn and the Infinite because I switched in the Togekiss then you know, I would have been able to not let Togekiss get worn down as much. If I'd have just brought in the Rotom, because I could have, you know, killed the Infinite with a Thunderbolt on the Rotom, so I could very well have done that and you know, played it from there, but then, you know, I could have preserved Togekiss's health a little bit better, because Togekiss was my key to victory in that game, after the Ferrothorn went down, but, you know, I let it get worn down, and I paid the price. Extreme Speed came in and cost me the game, so, you know, is what it is. I think I played decently well, though. I'm still fairly happy with my performance, and I'm happy with my prep-ish. So I played okay, I guess. But GG to Eric. First time we've ever played in draft format, somehow. But that was a really good game. I really enjoyed that match. It was great fun. And I hope we can play again sometime. Again, links are below in the description. Make sure to go check them all out. There's also going to be links to the PPL fan Discord, the PPL Public, the public spreadsheet. Everything's down there. Make sure to go down there and click all of the things. It would be very much appreciated. I'm going to get on out of here, though. Next week, we're playing Unlawful Exile of the West Chan United. Liam is a very, very, very good friend of mine. I'm very much excited for this game. He's having a pretty good season so far. I'm having a pretty terrible season so far. Let's see if we can flip the tables next week, and see if we can get our first win of the season in week 4. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on the video. You can, of course, subscribe for more content coming very, very soon indeed. And I shall see you guys, hopefully, sometime soon.